Yeah, I think that's one of the joys I get out of going to some of the bigger conventions is seeing some of the more obscure characters or characters that you don't normally see
Yeah.
cosplays of. And that's particularly Toho and some of the Vocaloid costumes that haven't really been done before. Seeing people who do those kind of costumes, and it doesn't matter whether it's popular. Speaking of other conventions, what are some you've attended to besides MetroCon?
I think the only one otherwise Metro would be Techo Shokan is the one I talked about before, which is in Pittsburgh. Sadly enough, it's the only other one. But starting when Otakons happens, that'll be a new experience, which I'm really excited, but I'm really scared because it's probably like a half, if not a third, MetroCon is of like Otakon, so it's going to be really overwhelming how many people there are.
So is there any other conventions you plan on going to in the future?
If I get a chance to, there's a couple up in Pennsylvania. There's one named Kudoki, which, if I'm correct, it's kind of like a spout off of Techo Shokan. And I think that's like a half meeting kind of way, like half of the year till Techo Show. So, and that's a lot of the people from Techo, but it's a smaller kind of con. But from what I've heard, it's nice and it's not like too big. And I don't think unless I run across some, I'll probably, not that I know of, not that I'm planning.
No AFO?
I actually probably should be starting to do some research soon so I can go out of state. There is a lot, like from what I definitely want to go to Fanime that just looks amazingly fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll do that next summer.
Yeah, a good friend of mine went to that one. That's all the way, it's pretty far away. Yeah.
So hopefully I can make that. AFO, from what I've heard, that sounds a lot of fun, and a lot of people have been talking about it. So there's a lot more I need to check out. I'm still a con noob, but there's a lot I need to check out that I just need to hear from people probably, and I'll explore more so when it's going on or if I can go.
Yeah, this will be my first AFO actually, so I hear it's not as big as say MetroCon or AWA, but it is one of the oldest anime conventions in Florida, and from the look of it, has a pretty good lineup. I'm just not sure why they didn't continue to catch on as say compared to MetroCon, which hasn't been around as long, but somehow managed to score that title, which was also JCon that was another convention that's no longer around, also held that title. I suppose outside of cosplay convention, could you give say a brief summary of maybe some other interests or other hobbies?
Oh, sure. I have a lot of odd hobbies. Sports-wise, I actually do fencing. What else? Music-wise, J-pop. I love Shine, or Shiny, as it's supposed to call, TVXQ, FX, Super Junior M, Girls' Generation. I also like a lot of K-pop, not J-pop. Whoops. But the J-pop, there's a lot I like as well. It's just more so, I think I like specifically more so bands in K-pop. Otherwise, music, I like anything from techno to a little bit of hip-hop.
How about video games? Is there any particular ones that you're in the middle of?
Yeah, I'm actually a pretty big gamer nerd. As much as I kind of forget, but I'm quite proud of. In the middle of, I just finished Bayonetta. I'm in the middle of FX 13, which is a certain boss that just can't quite beat, so I'll have to go online and somehow get that. Some other games I really do love. DMC, I'm a big Kingdom Hearts fan. Final Fantasy. As much as I'd like to be, I really love like Halo and Bioshock and stuff like that, but the only thing is I'm such a horrible shooter, I'd rather just watch somebody play. A lot of the originals I've liked are what other games do I have? Another big game that I love is Katamari. Okami's fun. I think everyone loves Katamari.
Yeah.
Nothing like playing a game where you're not sure if you trip an acid or not.
Yeah, how about any movies like lately that you like?
Movies that I've watched lately. Sadly enough, I haven't watched as many movies that I'd like to, but I actually recently just watched Watchmen, which was really, really good. Just sad. died.
Yeah.
Sad. Spoiler alert. But I also just watched How to Tame Your Own Dragon, which I've heard was phenomenal, which I actually have to make a little toothless plushie for one of my friends. Just watched Princess Mononoke, Nausicaa.
I actually saw that for the first time a couple months ago in a film class.
No, yeah, I'm a big Miyazaki lover. I love all of his movies with a passion. They all just make me so sad but happy at the same time.
I suppose to close this up, is there anything you'd like to say to anyone listening out there?
Really to say anything, if anyone feels like cosplaying but you don't feel like you're good enough, or if you don't have the talent, just go all out for it. It doesn't matter if you're the best, if you're, the one that's the most popular. It's just more so that you go out, you meet friends, you have fun, and you really enjoy yourself at a con. And anyone who hasn't gone to a con, I highly, highly recommend it. I know not everyone can go to a con because of money problems or transportation, but if you can get the chance, definitely hop on that boat and go have fun, because no matter if you cosplay or not, which a lot of people think you have to cosplay in order to go to a con, but you don't. You can just go in normal drag, and if you want to wear something, you can. No one will say anything about it, but it's a lot of fun. It's definitely a really fun experience, and I hope you expand from there.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join us.
Thank you so much.
And that concludes our show. Thank you very much for listening.